Can Metroid Prime 4 surpass the greatness, right? You know what I'm saying? I want to go in as naked as possible. Pause. We are a week away from Metroid Prime 4, man. That sounds blasphemous. A week? What? My boy, some has done been dead since they started waiting for this game, man. I was in the 11th grade when I said I can't wait for Metroid Prime 4. It's done had whole kids, got married, some dudes in jail getting their cheeks took. Huh? It's been eons, and we finally are a week away from the release of Metroid Prime 4. So the question I've always asked myself is a question I don't think enough people ask. But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta think about the little thing. Can Metroid Prime 4 surpass the greatness, right? And I know you're wondering, yo, stop teasing me, man. Just tell me what it is. Yo, you gotta chill out, relax, man, enjoy. No, but for real though, Metroid Prime 4 is the first time we're having a snow-themed level since Metroid Prime 1. I don't think there was one in 3. I know there was like Torvus Bog, Sanctuary Fortress, and then I think 3 had like, without me diving into it, I'll bring it up on a website as a refresher as well, but like Brio, the Sky Town. But we haven't had a snow theme, and my question is, can they surpass the theme of Phendrana Drifts, one of the greatest snow levels combined with the theme of all time, in my personal opinion, man. Phendrana Drifts and the Edge of Phendrana, both versions of that soundtrack, timeless.
It was perfect. Everything.
I can't even begin to express it. I grew up in a country that got no snow, and when I played Metroid Prime for the first time, and I got to Phendrana Drifts, now granted, I played a lot of SNES games and 64 Genesis and all, you know, the whole 9 yards that has snow levels. But there was something about the way Phendrana was portrayed, the vibe, the music, the essence. I actually felt like I was in the snow. And I told myself, I'm like, bro, if I ever live in a country that has winter, that ever has snow, I will play this soundtrack the first time I experience it. I promise you, every year on the first snowfall, it's tradition. The first snowfall, I go for a walk and I jam Phendrana, man. But let's take a quick look, because I do know Metroid Prime 4 has a winter theme level, well, a snow theme level. But I don't, like, looking at the way it's designed, I don't know if there's a website. Let's quickly see if there's a website here. I played it as well, by the way. They brought it over to my city for a anime expo, and they had a demo version. So I got to play that first mission when you jump out the ship, you're going through the space pirate base. Well, I think it's a Federation base, but it's under attack by pirates. And then you eventually fight up the giant monster that looks like Berserker Lord from Metroid Prime 3. But what I will say about that demo though, now we're going into a rant, you know. Hello, by the way, I haven't seen you guys in a minute, man. I think I'm gonna start being more consistent on this channel, but let me not let my ADD take me elsewhere. One thing I would hope the final version does have though is I play a lot of Splatoon 3. I was hoping to be able to use separated Joy-Cons, right? So like use one Joy-Con to move Samus on an analog perspective, and then the right hand would be to control the camera. But it only works when you're in like a lock-on mode. That, it's a bit jarring for me, and it kind of took away from that demo experience. Now granted, if I had some time to play it in detail, I might have a different opinion. That, and also the mouse. So I have my Switch 2 right here. I could show you an example. The thing with the mouse is like, firstly, I got a big hand, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what they say with them big hands. What? No, but I do have big hands. So me holding the mouse, like, if you look at the way my whole hand is bent, the carpal tunnel gets crazy, man. I remember like, I was about 10 minutes into the demo, and I'm like, bro, I need some mineral ice immediately, man. Get me that Bengay. But yeah, that's the only other thing is the way the gyro works, and also getting used to the mouse controls. It's a bit of a learning curve, but I don't doubt we'll eventually get warmed up to it after like two or 3 hours of it. But let me tell you about that demo. Oh my God, that demo was crazy.
Here we go again.
I played all of Metroid Prime. I was a GameCube demon and Wii.
Lovely. I
went into that thinking like, yo, I'm about to smoke this demo real quick, man. Bro, the new controls is so alien. Even if you have experience on a Wiimote or GameCube controller, it don't matter. It's like the weirdest combination of both. But y'all going, I feel like some of you already played it, but when you eventually get to play it next week, which is crazy, you're gonna see what I mean. I wanna see if there's like a world. Okay, there we go. So we got Protect the Galaxy. And we got Samus with her new, I can't say new armor. It's just really a new visor, new helmet. I'm very curious to see how the psychic abilities function, but let's see if they have a brief description of the world itself. Okay, so we have Metroid Prime. Yo, Dread. Ooh, hey, Dread. Dread was a good experience. My only gripe with Dread, the soundtrack wasn't as memorable. Now, ones that stand out to me were, fucking, it ain't much of them. When you fought the giant parasite thing that was on the reactor, and there were the fans on one side, and you'd have to like run away, try to dodge the fan as you do like a Flappy Bird sequence and shit. That boss had a good theme. Obviously, Raven Beak. Yo, we need somebody like Raven Beak in Prime 4. I know. Okay, and now we rant. I love Ridley. Ridley's like my dude, man. But even I can admit we can't have Ridley again, right? We already had Meta Ridley. The run back on Meta Ridley combined with Omega Ridley. We gotta let Ridley rest because obviously Prime is the prequel to Metroid 2, I think. Yeah. If there's Metroid 1, well, Zero Mission, Metroid, oh, my brain, hold on, give me a second. Metroid, Zero Mission, and then Prime? Yeah, because Zero Mission takes place after you beat Mother Brain the first time, if I'm remembering correctly. And then you fight Meta Ridley in Zero Mission as well. So we need another flying enemy that isn't Ridley. The cool thing about Raven Beak is, I don't know if y'all noticed, but when he sprouts his wings, it was kind of like fighting Ridley, but a whole different, it's like a fusion of Samus and Ridley at the same time. The soundtrack was going crazy. And then you had the QTE event where you were doing like the slide under, oh shit. And then you were dodging like the sword. Oh my God, Dread was actually the perfection of Metroid. Like we need, bro. Oh my God. Dread though, bro, I was such a Metroid Prime, not Metroid Prime, Metroid Fusion fan. I used to play Fusion hella in high school. And I've been waiting for a sequel for eons and eons. And when they ninja dropped Dread, I almost had a stroke, bro. So now that we got Dread, I can't lie to you, after playing Dread, it kind of kills my hype for Metroid Prime 4. Because it's like, Prime, you're going back to the prequel area, right? And with the way Dread ended, I'm like, bro, I kind of want to see more now. I kind of want to see where Samus goes. Because I know she gets cleansed of the Metroid essence, but they gotta still consider her a Metroid, man. Like my head canon for where Samus goes, like at the next sequel, is she becomes an enemy of the Federation, man. We need her as like an enemy of the Federation. That's the natural progression, the way Fusion happened. Unless, when I say enemy, like, you know how they want to exterminate all the Metroids, they would essentially consider her to be a Metroid. But I'm assuming the way that Chozo healed her at the end of Dread, it probably cleansed her of the whole Metroid DNA. Who knows? But anyway, let's go. Oh shit. So this area here, right? This little snowy area. But the thing is, it kind of looks like snowy caves. That's my concern. The open world, this right here. So when I look at this, right? Because with Vendrana, it was outside, snowy, and you know, you got that winter feel. But I don't think this would have one. Who knows? It might have a melodic theme. You never know. All right, that's all. I don't want to see too much. Because if I watch too much, it took me a while to get this trailer out of my brain. So I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to go in as naked as possible. Pause. But this is what I need. This is what I need them to surpass. Nah, ain't no way they surpassing this shit. I'm telling you, there's no way they're surpassing this. Listen to this shit, man. Like, open your mind, open your ears. Listen to that shit. Jeez, hold on. Yes, sir. If they can surpass this theme, it'll be the best Metroid Prime. Oh, I'm sweating now. I'm sweating. If they can surpass this theme, this will be the best Metroid Prime game in my opinion. Can they do it though? I'm doubtful, But we're gonna have to see. There's only one way to find out. We're gonna have to wait for another 7 days, man. And that's a crazy thing to think about. 7 days until this comes out? What? This is my favorite part right here. Hey, nah, man, listen, this is my favorite soundtrack, bro. I have this shit blasting every time the snow fall. I'm telling you, this and the original version as well. I like the slower version too. And there's a shit ton of remixes. I love soundtracks, man. Here's my question to you. Do you think Metroid Prime 4 is gonna surpass Phendrana with its snow theme? Do you think it's possible? Do you think it's gonna have a better soundtrack? Do you think it's gonna bust more than Prime OG? Do you think there's gonna be any tunes that beat Sanctuary Fortress, Torvis Bog? These are my favorites, by the way. And then from a boss capacity, Chaika Larva, Berserker Lord, one of my favorite boss soundtracks. Ooh, Berserker Lord was like a crazy intro boss theme to go to. Obviously, Meta Ridley, Timeless Track. Rundus was a good one. Gandrata. What else we got? I'm trying to think of all the tunes I remember, man. Metroid Prime, the boss battle for the first game was dope. Ooh, Dark Samus's theme was dope as well. Will Psylocke have a good theme? Oh my goodness, bro. Like, everyone's concerned about the gameplay and shit. I'm sitting there like, bro, are the tunes gonna bust? That's the most important question to me. Are the tunes gonna bust? That's what we need. That's like 60% of what makes Metroid to me, man. When I first played, the very first Metroid I ever saw was Super Metroid. My brother was playing that shit, man. I thought Super Metroid was so scary. I remember the first boss I ever saw him play was the in Brinstar Depths. The it's like this fucking green dude that's on a pendulum swing, and I just remember the theme being like dun, 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 dun. I'm like, yo, this shit is terrifying. Let me see if I can get the let me see if I can get the tune. Hold on. Can I find it? No, not Kraid, not Kraid. Is it Spore Spawn? Yes. Yo, no, I was losing sleep to this shit. I can't lie to you. I was losing sleep to that goddamn boss. But one of the tunes that stand out to me, and I know if you like soundtracks, you know where I'm going with this, bro. You know where I'm going with this. Brinstar Depths, not Cherry Blossom, but I think it's like the Jungle Floor.
Oh, shit.
Yo, hey, this was a fucking tune. And it was after hearing this that I was like, nah, this ain't Contra. This ain't Metal Slug. This ain't
Wait a minute.
Nah, whoa. Hold on, I was about to say this ain't Streets of Rage, but we can't disrespect Streets of Rage. But you know what I'm saying? This ain't no normal side scroller shooter. We can't disrespect Mega Man X either. I was gonna say that. I almost got myself shot. But that's when I realized Metroid is the way to go. Anyway, all of those tangents to come back full circle to say I'm very excited for Metroid Prime 4. I can't believe it's a week away. One of my favorite series and one of my favorite versions of that series. And it's hard to believe, like, I'm a grown ass man now, man. I genuinely was in high school when I was waiting for Prime 4, man. And now it's like, yo, I'm a grown ass man. It's crazy to see how time is a very interesting thing. So I'm hoping, I'm not gonna look at no reviews. I don't need any game journalists to tell me what I already know. And it's simple. I love this series. I love the series. And I know I'm gonna love the goddamn game. So tell me how y'all feel about it. Are you excited for Prime 4? Are you excited for some good music, some good gameplay? And what are your reservations? What are your hopes? What's your wish list? And also, are y'all glad to see me again? You know what I'm saying? Are y'all glad to see me again? Yo, I'd be lucky to get 20 views on this video. I don't know, man. I feel like I did this channel too dirty. Everybody peaced out. But we gonna see, man. Hopefully this wasn't too much of a rant. I'm looking at the time. I've been here for 17 minutes. But we gonna see, man. I can't even talk. I'm gonna head on out. I'm gonna see y'all for the next video. But if you're enjoying this content, hit that like button, sub the hell up. And I'm gonna see y'all later, man. Peace.